So day 31 today. It's a beautiful day. We're fully cruising chuted up. Got the cruising chute out. We've had a couple of good days of big early seas, downwind sailing with pole down chinoas and what have you. Been going quite fast. 168 nautical miles in a day. Not 100 nautical miles in a day yesterday. Today though the wind's dropped, so the cruising chute's up and we're plodding along. Sam's doing some hand steering. It should be 2 days left. 2 days left, and that is all. Woohoo!
Quick update on the engine situation. The last time we spoke we thought it was a problem with the gooseneck creating a kind of anti-siphon valve. We found it's not that at all. We think it's a problem with the fuel lines. They all look like they've perished. So we've done some stuff, we've swapped some fuel lines around and we think we've got the engine back up and running. We've ordered some new fuel lines for when we get to to Polynesia. So hopefully they'll be waiting for us and the engine will hold itself together for the rest of the journey. Just have to see how it goes.
So day 32 now?
32 probably.
And Des is going for a shave. Check out that beard.
Check out freshly charged razor, little old mirror. I'm going to the back and I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to look 20 years younger by the time I get back.
Woohoo. Oh, what have you done?
I think I've done a good job. I'm not sure if I've missed a bit around here though. It's always tricky to get around the bottom of your jowls.
Sam, could you point it out to him?
Is it just here? Because I always have bits of trouble with these jowly bits that are getting jowlier with every day and scrawnier.
Get out. Get off my boat now. Get out. Get out. Don't come back till you've done it properly.
Okay.
And you can go and shave yours next.
Well, it hasn't been charged for a few days, so.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Nasty. How mean.
Nasty.
Mean.
Well done. Do
Well
you look
done.
better, boys?
Don't I look younger?
You do look a lot younger without the beard.
Excellent. Fresher faced. Right, I'm going to go wash some dirt off. That could be some time.
Okay.
There could be a lot of dirt.
You go for a... So our last 4 o'clockses, boys.
Yep.
On our Pacific adventure. Evan.
Yeah. We'll still be doing them when we get into Nuku Hiva though, right?
Oh yeah, if you want, we can still do 4 o'clockses. Cup of tea and a biscuit.
I think we've run out of biscuits.
As soon as we get biscuits. I hope we're eating all the biscuits.
So boys, 4 o'clockses.
Yes.
On our last full day of our Pacific crossing. How's it been for you, Sam? Because when we first started, you said you were apprehensive.
Yeah, it's a very long way.
Could you make sure that doesn't fall off? Okay.
It's the Pacific is a very big ocean. It's been a very, very long time. And I'm kind of glad it's nearly over, honestly. But at the same time, it's been amazing. Quite often it's been really fun, and then other times, particularly the first week, it's not so fun.
Especially that -11 day. Not that we're annoyed about
Not that we're salty about going -11 miles in one day.
We haven't mentioned that in the videos I've made about 7 times now.
No. I was going -11.
There were other days where we only did 40 odd miles in a full 24 hours.
Yeah, but that's
as well.
not -11.
Still pretty poor though, isn't it?
Yeah, you go -11 one day and then 200 the next day.
But since we passed the Galapagos...
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's been really good. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's really nice to see, like, just looking on the speed over ground thing and see it start hitting 10 knots
Yeah.
with only one sail up is really cool. Like,
It's been good, so you've enjoyed it, and it's been
yeah. It's
one
been
of those
amazing.
things you will never do in your life again.
Yes.
Pretty epic.
Yes, definitely.
Yes,
That's
it
how much
is.
he's enjoyed it. He's never doing it again.
I've done it now. I don't need to do that again.
So what about you? How are you feeling about it?
I'm weirdly emotional about the whole thing finishing, frankly.
You're weirdly emotional.
Yeah.
You being emotional.
I know,
Whoa.
it's odd.
That's not weird.
Well, I thought I'd be so relieved that we are less than 100 miles away and think, oh, thank the Lord, we're coming in tomorrow, it's all finished with it, we can relax and get on with stuff. And it's like, well, actually, I've kind of relaxed into it the last 5 weeks. The first couple of weeks were horrible, but just kind of get into a routine about stuff, don't you? And you know, the 4 o'clockses thing. I mean, that's just brilliant. I love the 4 o'clockses. So it's all right. I've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep.
I'm looking forward to
I'm
getting in, but
shattered.
I've enjoyed it.
Absolutely exhausted. Doing another 30 days to go all the way to New Zealand doesn't fill me with joy at the minute. I'm pleased to stop.
Pleased to stop. Good. So, Evan, what about you? Have you enjoyed it? How many films have you watched? How many movies?
Yeah, enough. Well, I've watched 13 James Bond films. And a bunch of other films too. I've watched a lot of TV. I've got halfway into season 4 of Spooks.
Excellent. Good. So it's been good.
Yes,
And we should get in tomorrow morning.
hopefully.
At the moment, we still have a cruising chute up there. We've got the cruising chute to sort out. We've all had showers. Look at your fluffy hairs, isn't it gorgeous?
It's good to have a shower.
Yeah.
It's only a bucket wash.
We've made ourselves almost respectable.
Almost.
Daddy's had a shave. Look at that.
Sam's had a shave.
Sam's had a shave as well, have
He
you?
needs
You've
a
had a
shave.
shave.
Mummy's had a shave.
I shaved my legs.
Smooth legs.
Smoother.
Smoother.
I haven't had a shave. I don't need a shave.
You haven't
Yes, you do.
shaved yet, but you're starting to need a shave, so. We've got petrol or diesel to put in the tanks to try and keep the blooming engine going.
Hopefully.
How are you feeling about the engine, Des?
I have no
Don't
idea what
ask
it's going to do.
about the
It's
engine.
a complete lottery. So it may be fine. It probably will be fine, but it might just stop.
Might just stop. Ah, there you go.
Boom, it stopped. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah,
It's very-
okay.
I'm going to try and not lose sleep over it.
Okay, good luck with that.
Yep.
So we should be in tomorrow morning. So what do we say to that, boys?
Yes, good.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, woo, woo.
Woohoo! Awesome. All right, time to take our beautiful cruising chute down so we can slow down, otherwise we're going to get into French Polynesia in the dark. We don't need that in our lives, do we, Daddy?
Hell no.
Hell no.
We definitely don't.
No, says the Dutchster.
So here we are, 50 miles to go, and obviously the engine's playing up again. So we just tried running it this afternoon, changed the sails, conked out. Just tried running it now, conked out. So I can't say I'm going to be getting a lot of sleep tonight. We'll just have to see how it goes tomorrow, eh? There's a lot we can do. Deal with it as it turns up.
So finally on day 32 of our crossing, we finally reached Nuku Hiva in the Marquesas Islands in French Polynesia. It's been quite a ride, but we've made it, and that is one of the most incredibly beautiful things I've ever seen, I think. The sun's just coming up behind us. We've still got a couple of hours to go before we get round into the bay to to be able to drop the anchor. We've still got a bit of a stressful time ahead of us as the engine keeps conking out. But look at that, that's absolutely incredible. Bit of last minute faff with the windlass, the bane of our life for the last 3 years. Some toothpicks, some sandpaper and a little brush, and we've got it to work. So it's going up and down, which it wasn't a minute ago. Job done.
It's only 2 days at sea can do that to a chap. Come on, hop on board, man.
Dolphins! So disaster has happened just as we feared it might do. The engine has conked out. Now we're being towed in. Max, who we just saw over on Space Cruiser, come back to help, but we've got gypsies are now towing us with their dinghy into the bay, where we'll just drop the anchor as quickly as we can. High stress. They say not to worry, they can just tow us in.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Yeah, be in control.
Daddy likes to work.
He likes to worry, it's true. How's it looking, darling?
There's some fuel coming through, but it's not consistent. Do we have a blockage? The lines. Right, Evie, I need you to get me, where's that bin bag go? And some more kitchen roll, please.
We tried repriming the fuel lines, that hasn't worked. So Des is now trying to clear any fuel lines in case we've got any debris in there. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm so pleased that we had gypsies on standby. They've been sitting out in their dinghy with a flask of tea for about an hour, waiting for us to come in, and it's a really good job they did. There's quite a crosswind here, and over there quite a lot of, there's a big swell as well, and massive great big rocks around us, so really, really pleased. I'm very grateful.
It's going! Do you want us just to idle forward yet?
We can just tow you if you want, or just leave it idle so you know it's going to be right, or push the red.
Okay, yeah, if you're happy just towing, yeah, then once we're in and we're ready to drop the anchor, we'll just use it to spin us round, yeah?
Yeah, that's no problem.
Beautiful, thank you.
Well done.
Excuse me, but...
Just in case, if we let the tether go and then it dies again, it comes in a bit rented.
Yeah.
So Gypsy's are going to tow us in, but we have just got the anchor, the engine going. Just idling forward, and they're going to slowly tow us in to the naughty corner. We're going to go over there to the naughty corner with all the broken boats. We're not going over to the nice corner with all the new boats who are not broken.
What? Why are we going to the naughty corner?
The naughty corner. We're going to the naughty corner.
Like us.
That's where Gypsies are because they're broken. They're more broken than we are.
Where are other
And due south are broken. So we'll go and snuggle up with the broken ones.
I think that's basically it for us on the radio.
Are they calling Fat Susan? This is what Dez's hair looks like when the engine stops working, just as we're going into an anchorage. Tell me your feelings.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I was so hoping that we would just be able to motor in and it would just be fine. We got all the way to the rocks and then the engine stopped. Oh Jesus, the wind's blowing, it's not great. But luckily Gypsies are here and they've come to help us out, and catching up with us over to see if we need another hand. So I managed to get the engine going again, so we're just going to get towed in, and then as soon as we're somewhere to drop the anchor, we'll whiz the boat round, drop it, and we'll just use the engine to pull back. So, the 32 days.
32 days of engine problems and they're still not fixed.
Yeah, and it comes down to this. Frantic. Totally do without it, but there you go. That beer's going to be so much better for the adventure. How you doing, team? Amazing.
Hey, Sam!
Hello, man.
Where's your nemesis?
What? Evan? He's somewhere down there.
He's sorting beers out if he knows what's good for him.
That the beers.
Yeah.
One for you. Oh,
No, they're all for me.
yeah. What do you reckon?
Cheers, everyone.
Hey!
Huzzah!
Huzzah, we made it. Thank you for all your help. Well, actually, we couldn't have come in here without you, so.
Yeah, we'd still be over that way. We'd be heading off to
Yeah,
Tahiti.
and thank you to Gypsies for sitting out there for ages.
Yeah, we've got problems with
Cheers.
fuel lines, so we keep sucking air in. So,
The new fuel lines. What diameter are they?
9 mil.
So there you have it. 4 non-sailors managed to sail across the Pacific from Panama to Nuku Hiva in French Polynesia. 32 days, 3,803 nautical miles as the crow flies, 4,536 nautical miles actually sailed at an average speed over ground of 5.9 knots. The average distance covered in a day, 119 nautical miles. Our best day was 205 nautical miles in 24 hours. And our worst day, well, if you've seen any of the videos at all, you probably know, was minus 11 nautical miles in a day.
Need to send out a huge thanks to all the guys from all the boats that sent emails trying to help me get the engine started and get it to run properly. Those really did help. Also need to send thanks out to everyone who sent emails, text messages and just general words of support and encouragement. They helped get us through every single one of those 3,803 miles. Couldn't have done it without you. Thanks guys. We had to spend a couple of days on the boat just completing our quarantine until the paperwork came through. Lots of people came around to visit with gifts of fresh fruit and vegetables, beer and ice cream. All of them were really welcome.
So for the foreseeable future, we'll be exploring the islands and atolls of French Polynesia. But to be honest, in August 2020, there isn't really a foreseeable future. We don't know what's going to go on with this global pandemic, so we'll just have to make it up as we go along.